They say love is built on trust. But what happens when that trust becomes the very thing that blinds you? My name is Marcus, and I'm 38 years old. I thought I had everything a man could want: a loving wife, a growing business, and a beautiful daughter. But in the span of a few weeks, everything unraveled. Not slowly, not gently, like a bomb, detonated under the foundation of my life. I met Naomi in the most ordinary way, at a friend's barbecue. She wasn't the loudest or the flashiest, but there was something magnetic about her. She had ambition in her eyes and warmth in her laugh. We started dating, moved in together after a year, and by the second anniversary of that barbecue, I was down on one knee. Life wasn't always easy. We had our struggles, bills, long work hours, juggling parenting, but I never doubted her, not once. She was a marketing executive, and with her job came frequent travel. At first, it was a couple of times a year. Then it became every other month, and eventually, every month. Client meetings, she'd say. Big pitch in Denver, she'd tell me, and I believed her. Because that's what love does, right? But there were signs, subtle ones at first. She'd come back from trips, tired, distant. She stopped asking me how my day was, stopped kissing our daughter goodnight. Little pieces of her started slipping away. And then one night, while she was in Chicago, our daughter Sophie had a nightmare. She came into our room crying and curled up next to me. I reached for Naomi's pillow and found her second phone. Yeah, a second phone. I didn't even know she had it. And in that moment, I swear, time stopped. I stared at it, heart pounding so hard I thought it would burst through my chest. Why would she have a second phone? It was unlocked. God help me. It was unlocked. The first message was from someone saved as E. Can't wait to see you again. Counting down the days. Another one, same sender. Your husband must be so clueless. I love how dangerous this feels. I felt sick, like the room was spinning. I scrolled through messages, voice notes, photos, intimate photos. They were from hotels, airports, candlelit dinners. Naomi, my wife, the woman I built a life with, was living a second one without me. She came back 3 days later. She walked in like everything was normal, kissed me on the cheek, hugged Sophie, started unpacking. I didn't say anything, not that night, not the next. I waited until Sophie was at a sleepover. Then I sat Naomi down, showed her the phone. Her face went pale. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She didn't even try to deny it. Just whispered, I didn't want you to find out like this. Like this? Like what, exactly? I had 1,000 questions, but only one really mattered. Why? She told me it started 2 years ago, with a man named Ethan, a client at first, then a friend, then more. It wasn't planned, she said. It just happened. I wanted to scream, to throw something, to run, but I just sat there, silent. She told me she felt unseen, said I was too focused on work, that she didn't feel like a woman anymore, just a wife, just a mom. I heard every word, but none of them sounded like an excuse for betrayal. I moved into the guest room that night. For weeks, we lived like strangers under the same roof. She said she'd end it, go to therapy, do whatever it took. But how do you fix something that never should have been broken? I watched Naomi with Sophie. Still a good mom, still gentle. And I wondered, could someone love their child but betray their family? I didn't have an answer, but I knew one thing. I deserved more than half-truths and secret hotel rooms. 6 months later, I filed for divorce. Naomi didn't fight it. Sophie didn't understand at first. How could she? We tried to shield her from the worst of it. Told her we still loved her, that it wasn't her fault. Some nights, I still wake up and reach for someone who isn't there. Some days, I wonder if I missed the signs on purpose. Because I didn't want to believe she was capable of this. But I also know this. Trust, once shattered, doesn't grow back. It stays in pieces. And pretending otherwise is just another lie. It's been over a year now. I've learned how to cook, for one. How to fold a fitted sheet. How to smile again. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm rebuilding. One truth at a time. And if you're watching this, wondering if the person beside you is hiding something, listen to your instincts. They're quieter than the lies. But they're always, always right.